The audience is buzzing with excitement inside the grand auditorium of Ireland's Got Talent 2025. The lights dim, and the giant LED backdrop glows with a faint blue hue. The hosts announce, "Next up, we have a very special contestant, just 4 years old." The crowd gasps and then chuckles softly, unsure of what to expect. The camera pans to the stage entrance, and slowly, a small figure walks in, a little boy from Manila named Ethan Cruz, dressed neatly in a crisp white shirt, black trousers, and a bow tie that seems a bit too big for his tiny neck. Ethan walks with small, careful steps toward the center of the stage. The grand piano beside him looks enormous, almost comically so. His feet barely touch the floor as he sits on the piano bench. The judges exchange glances, trying not to underestimate the child but clearly wondering how much he can really do. Simon Cowell leans forward, intrigued. Beside him, Amanda Holden smiles encouragingly, whispering, "He's adorable." A moment of silence fills the theater. The boy adjusts his stool with the help of the stage crew. He looks nervous, yet focused. The host asks him kindly, "What will you play for us, Ethan?" The little boy replies softly, "Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata." The audience bursts into light laughter, not mockingly, but in surprise. Simon raises his eyebrows. A 4-year-old tackling one of the most emotional pieces in classical music. The curiosity in the room heightens. The stage lights warm to a gentle spotlight over Ethan as his small fingers rest on the keys. Everyone holds their breath, waiting to see what happens next. The moment Ethan presses the first key, the entire hall falls into complete silence. The sound that follows is soft but astonishingly controlled, a melody filled with emotion and maturity beyond his years. His tiny hands move gracefully, never missing a note, and the piano resonates with haunting beauty. The deep tones of Moonlight Sonata swirl through the air, echoing across the vast theater. Simon's expression changes immediately, from mild curiosity to complete disbelief. His eyes widen as he leans closer to the stage. Amanda presses a hand to her chest. She can't believe what she's hearing. The camera captures the audience's reaction, open mouths, tears glistening in the eyes of older viewers, and even young children staring in awe. Ethan's concentration is absolute. Despite his age, he plays as if he understands every feeling the music conveys: loss, love, longing, hope. A cinematic camera shot moves from his tiny fingers gliding across the keys to a slow zoom on his face, calm, innocent, and deeply emotional. The lights on stage shift slightly, highlighting the polished wood of the grand piano and creating a halo around him. For a few minutes, time seems to stop. The audience forgets they're watching a competition. It feels like a once-in-a-lifetime moment, pure art born from an unlikely source. As Ethan reaches the final notes, he slightly lifts his chin, letting the sound linger beautifully before his fingers leave the keys. When the last tone fades, there's a long pause, the kind of silence that means everyone is too moved to react. And then, a thunderous roar of applause breaks out. People rise to their feet instantly, cheering and clapping wildly. Tears flow freely among the judges. The applause echoes for nearly a full minute before Amanda Holden stands up, wiping a tear from her cheek. "Ethan," she says, her voice trembling slightly, "I've never seen something so pure, so magical in my life." The camera turns to Simon Cowell, who is uncharacteristically emotional. He shakes his head in disbelief and says, "I don't even know what to say. That was perfection. You're 4 years old, and yet you play with the soul of someone who's lived 100 years. The audience cheers louder. Ethan smiles shyly, still sitting on the piano bench. He looks to the side of the stage where his parents stand, both crying and clapping. The moment feels timeless. A child from halfway across the world has just conquered an international stage with nothing but heart and music. The studio lights shift to a golden hue as Simon glances at the other judges, then reaches forward and hits the golden buzzer. Confetti explodes from above, raining down in dazzling gold and silver. Ethan gasps in shock and covers his mouth with his hands. The hosts rush in, embracing him gently. The audience goes wild. Everyone is on their feet. His parents run to the stage, hugging their son tightly as the confetti continues to fall. Simon stands up and walks to the stage, bending slightly to shake Ethan's hand. "You've just made history, young man," he says, smiling warmly. The scene closes with a cinematic slow-motion shot. Ethan smiling through tears as golden confetti drifts around him, the piano glowing under soft lights. The screen fades out with applause still echoing. The story of a 4-year-old from Manila has touched millions, and the world will never forget it.